Welcome to the latest installment of We Are the Watchers of Movies. What?
Sounds so like NPR.
Oh,
latest
am I
installment
boring?
No.
I like
NPR is
NPR.
not boring.
I
You
love
and I both
NPR.
listen to NPR.
I listen to NPR all the time. So today we're going to be talking about the movie The Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be fun. But prior to that, we're going to do our top 5 least favorite movies at this moment because last time we did our top 5 favorite.
Yes.
So, Lauren, I'm Samantha.
I'm Lauren.
And Lauren is going to go first.
All right. Okay. So my first one is that Black Hollow Cage one that I could not remember the name of for like the longest time.
Yeah, why do you dislike that one?
So, okay, first of all, it all starts out with the architecture of the house, which I hate. Is absolutely horrible. So,
Sure.
because it's this giant, like, it's like a rusted structure that was built into the side of a hill, which sounds kind of cool. And there's like these huge large windows and everything, but everything is super sparse. And like the closets are like hidden in the walls, so you have to like kind of guess where the door is, like, and you guess by like pushing on it. And I saw this house in an episode of like one of those shows that's like the 10 or like the top weirdest houses in the world or like most unusual architecture. You know what I mean? I was watching that with my dad. And then I watched that movie. And I hated the house, and so that's part of it.
Oh, wow.
I hated it so much. But also, the rest is the unbelievably crappy plot.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
There's an incredible amount of plot holes. Nothing is explained, so you're like, what the hell did I just watch, and why did you not answer any of these questions? Like, the girl, the lead character, her mom is a dog?
What?
Yep. I don't know, because they never explain it. Like, so she goes back in time in this stupid black cube, and a bunch of shit happens, and then no one explains why it happens.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds like a great candidate.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
It's an awful movie. And I watched the entire thing, hoping that it would have a surprise ending.
I love when that happens.
And do you know why?
Do
you know why?
No.
Because I looked it up on Wikipedia, and Wikipedia let me down and did not have the synopsis of the movie on there. And I am so bummed, because if I had known,
you would have
I would have
skipped
not watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened when I watched Don John. No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with
Scarlett
Johansson. Yeah. I, wasn't sure if I wanted to finish it, because it kind of felt like an ode to Joseph Gordon-Levitt's penis. You know?
I never saw it.
Well, it more or less was, and, I read the synopsis before I finished the movie, and I'm actually glad I watched the movie, because the ending was really cute.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, that's cool.
Okay. Anyway, so, rant over.
Yeah. It's good, yeah.
Thanks. My second is Insidious.
Okay.
Because it's stupid, and all of the spooky, like, demon ghost people look like just people in white makeup. It's awful. It's an interesting concept.
Okay.
But, like, I don't know. I feel really lukewarm about Patrick Wilson. I think he's kind of like, eh.
Yeah, he kind of has I used to call him, like, plastic face.
Mm-hmm.
Because his expressions seem very subdued or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's like he's made of, like, silicone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did really like his movie Little Children. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Oh, I never saw it, but I know.
I think you would like it. It's with Kate Winslet, and Jackie Earle Haley's in it.
Yeah.
And he's awesome. He's very good at playing, like, these, like, somehow empathetic but, like, super creepy characters at the same time. So
I hope Patrick Wilson is listening, and he's like, don't make fun of your guys' faces. Anyway.
I know. Anyway, I did like Aquaman too. Anyway, so the third one is The Huntsman: Winter's War. I almost lost a friendship over this movie.
Really?
I'm not fucking kidding you.
Somebody liked it that much? They were fighting you?
No.
Oh.
What happened was, so, like, and I'm not going to say this person's name, but, like, so you and I are the type of people that get really passionate over shitty movies, you know? Well, she was not the type of person that got really passionate over shitty movies, so when I did get really passionate over the shitty movie, she was like, whoa, this girl's a lot. I don't know if I'm going to hang out with her again. She actually told me this later.
Really?
Yeah. But then she gave me a second chance, and she told me later, she was like, I'm so glad that I gave you a second chance. And I'm like, I'm not normally that psychotic, but I loved Snow White and the Huntsman. Like, I thought it was a fantastic movie. I know, like, not a lot of people liked it, but whatever. Like, Kristen Stewart, okay, fucking sue me. Anyway, and it was just, really, it was just really terrible. It was like all these little things were like added because they were convenient, not because they made sense.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And it didn't follow anything that happened in the original movie. So it's like, why are you calling it a sequel? Because it's nothing like it. And also, there's a point where they're trying to destroy this like mirror that's like made of gold, and they pass over a golden, like a molten golden river. Just shove the mirror in the river. I think that would do it. I think that
like
molten
Mount
lava
Doom.
might destroy a mirror.
Yeah, like the
Just
one
saying.
ring. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
So I was just
that
like,
sounds
okay.
terrible. That sounds like a terrible movie.
It was terrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel very passionate about how terrible it was.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in you, Chris Hemsworth. And
Wow.
Emily Blunt. And Charlize Theron.
Oh,
That's right.
everyone.
I went
was
there.
it Jessica Chastain in it? Am I thinking of the right
Yes.
movie? Yeah.
I actually kind of liked her in that, so she's cool.
Okay. Never mind on that one.
Jessica, we cool girl.
I got you.
Okay, and the fourth one is White Noise. Did you ever
I
see
think
that
I
one?
saw that one. Is that
It's with Michael Keaton.
I
Yeah.
did see that one.
It was
Yeah.
the part I think that I did not, that like really killed it for me, was that this girl falls off like a 16-story building and she has like a couple bruises.
Oh, geez,
I was
I
like,
don't even
she would have
remember
been
that.
obliterated by that sun stop.
Yeah. I don't even remember too many specifics, but is there something with waterfalls in that movie, or am I thinking of a different movie? Like a map with waterfalls marked on it and like figure
I
eights?
don't remember.
It was a long time ago that I saw it, but I think I remember it being dumb. So
Yeah, it was really
yeah.
dumb. It was
Okay.
really dumb. Okay, and then the last one is Obsessed with Idris Elba and Beyonce.
Oh.
And I didn't actually finish it, but I had like 5 minutes or 10 minutes
Okay,
left, but it
that
was
counts.
so bad
Yeah.
that I couldn't even finish it.
Yeah.
Because so it's about this woman who's stalking Idris Elba, because we all know he's super hot. It's not okay to stalk though. And she's like this crazy ass psycho girl, which normally I'm like all about that, because it's like, for some reason I love hot psycho women in fiction, not in real life. I'm good. Anyway, I don't like the drama, but
I feel like it's vogue for women to be like, I'm psycho.
It's like, I'm
really?
cute but
That's not really
psycho.
a badge of honor.
cute but psycho.
Yeah, it's like a thing. I don't
But
I feel old because if somebody said that, I think that's the least impressive thing I've ever heard. Oh, I'm glad you have an illness that you're not doing anything about, and you think that we should all just think
just
you're
like
cute.
celebrate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a perfect lead on into discussing this movie as soon as we're done doing this. Okay, so anyway, but you never find out why she's stalking him. So you have no reason, you have no idea why. She like breaks into their house and like steals their baby, like kidnaps him, but like leaves him in the car, their like car or something, so they find him and he's like totally fine. And then the moment that turned for me was when Beyonce calls her. For some reason, she has her phone number.
Yeah.
And she's like, you think you're crazy? Well, I'm a crazy ass bitch and I'm coming for you, or something like that. And I was like, I'm done. At that moment, I was like,
Jeez.
why would, like, okay, like, you know that this woman is capable of kidnapping, potentially murder. She's a stalker. She's obviously off her rocker. You are potentially in danger. Like, you might die. You know? So you're gonna call her and tell her that you're a crazy ass bitch? That's gonna go down well.
Yeah, what a weird, people have that's something about, like, it's like a movie trope that really bothers me, is when people are not able to play it cool.
Yeah. Well, like, and also it's like, okay, and I know I nag on the police a lot because I listen to a lot of those true crime things, and the police are often really shitty at, like, doing their job. However, these people, oh, sorry, I'm zipping my purse up. These people are, like, well-off individuals. They have a lot of money, and I'm just saying, police are corrupt, okay? They would take care of you, okay? So that's my whole, like...
Oh, yeah, you're wealthy.
like, yeah, like, they will take care of you, so why would you instigate that?
Yeah.
You know, why would you take that step to potentially, like, invite someone to murder you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. People are crazy.
That's,
no, that's a good list. I like it.
Thank you.
I like it. All right. Here's my list.
All right.
So number 1 is Annihilation.
I loved that movie.
I just like every aspect of it.
I liked
It made me
so
so
much.
uncomfortable. And not in a, oh, this movie's made really well way. It just made me uncomfortable. The soundtrack is ugly. There's a lot of visuals that are ugly. It's unsettling. There's a part at the end with a weird thing, like figure, shadow
Oh,
thing.
that was my favorite part.
Oh, I knew that it would be because I hated it so much. There's just nothing about it that I liked.
Oh my
Nothing.
God.
And I'm a Natalie Portman, Oscar Isaac fan.
Yeah, I
So,
like him.
Yeah.
I
So I did not like it.
I am kind of like her. Like, every time, I'm like, I don't really like Natalie Portman. I always say this, but then everything I've seen her in, I've loved her
Oh
in.
my gosh.
So, like,
It sounds like
I guess
pretty
I like
woman.
her.
It sounds like you're pretty woman shaming.
I'm pretty... What is that, like, internalized
That's something.
misogyny?
Yeah, that's something that I just made up now because you're like, I don't like Natalie Portman, but every time I see her movies, which
You
is
meant, like,
the only
sex-
way you would get to know her, you
I
like
thought
them.
you meant, like, sex worker shaming. I was like, I'm pretty sure she's not a sex worker.
Oh, like Julia Roberts.
Yes, because
No.
you said pretty woman shaming.
I feel like I don't know. I think she's a really good actress. I really enjoy her work. And,
I do too.
I think she's gorgeous as well.
I love V for Vendetta. It's my favorite
it's
of
a good
hers.
one, yeah. Beautiful Girls. I mean, I saw Beautiful Girls within the last couple of years for the first time, and I highly
What is that
recommend
one?
it. Highly recommend it. It's she's like 12 in it. It's really good. Really good.
Oh, her
Yeah.
older stuff I tend not to like. That's what
Okay,
it is.
well, don't give it a shot then.
Okay,
Now,
fine, I won't.
My next one.
All right, little Miss Sassy.
More for me.
Okay, go on.
My next one is Autumn in New York. Have you ever
What?
seen that movie? It
Mm-mm.
stars Richard Gere and Winona Ryder.
Oh, you hate him too.
I have a serious problem with Richard Gere that I can't explain. I just don't like him.
I like him.
Um,
I think he's handsome.
but in this movie, the concept is Winona Ryder. It's like a May-December romance, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And Winona Ryder and him fall in love. But then you find out that him and her mom had a fling. He's not her dad or anything. It's not anything that gross.
Go on.
But I have a serious problem. There are so many men, there's actually more men than women, I think, statistically,
I know.
in the
I think
world.
it's more women than men.
Really?
I think it's 51% women.
All right. There's almost as many men as there are women in the world. And if you have to sleep with somebody who also slept with your mother, you are mentally ill.
Oh my God!
I hate that plot line. I hate
Dude,
it.
have you ever seen the movie with Jennifer Aniston and Kevin?
No, because I know the
Costner?
plot with
Yes!
Mark Ruffalo. Yeah,
Dude,
where,
I was
every
like-
woman in the family cannot resist him.
Oh my God!
It's so gross.
I went back to when I worked in my old job. I rewatched that movie because I was like, I like Jennifer Aniston, whatever. And I was just kind of putting something on. And I went to my coworker and I was like, I just watched the most disgusting movie.
Yeah.
And I told her that I'd seen it. And what's it called? Like Family Stone? Or
Rumor has it, or something?
Rumor Has It.
Yeah.
That's it. Family Stone, I think, is different. But
yeah.
and I was like, that movie was disgusting. And then she's like, really? I thought it was cute. And I was like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, 3 generations
No.
of women of this family
Listen,
slept with
ladies.
this dude. Ew.
Ladies,
Mm,
if you're
mm-mm.
blood relatives with somebody and they dated a man and they had a sexual relationship, find someone else.
Yeah, seriously.
I think, and I hate that as a plot point. And I also, the movie was so bad because she had a heart condition or something, and so they wanted her to have this risky surgery, and she didn't want to have it because it was super risky. And Richard Gere was like, "Just have it," and so she's like, "Fine, I'll have it." And it made me so mad. He can't. I know. Oh, I'm supposed to believe that this is true love, and they want to spend more time together. But it just really seemed like him not respecting her wishes.
Yeah.
To die with dignity. And instead, if I remember correctly, she died in the operating room, so she didn't get extra time with it. So it's just everything about it.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I am never going to see it. I
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
really planning
I
on it, but I
yeah.
definitely not going to see it now.
And my next one is First Man, which is the one about Neil Armstrong landing on the moon.
Oh, yeah, that did not look good.
I did not. Well, I love space, and I love space movies, and I'm a Saturn V fan, so I love the Apollo program. But
Wait, what's Saturn V?
Well, it's the rocket that they use to take to the moon, and it's my favorite. It's my favorite of the It's my favorite of the NASA spacecraft.
Is it? Okay, cool.
I don't even care for the Falcon Heavy as much as I like.
You know so much about this. How do I not know that about you?
I don't know, because I hide
love it. I love
Anyway.
it. Every day is like a new adventure. Sam. It's like friend romance. It's
I like to
romantic.
to keep people on their toes. So anyway, I feel like they needed just a steady cam would have made so much difference.
Oh, was it like Hunger Games bad?
It was worse than the Hunger Games.
Oh.
I saw it with Mike, and I feel bad because I was like, First Man is out, let's go see it. And he likes space too, so he was on board.
Right.
But I feel like I was like the cat, like, let's go see it. And then he didn't like it either. But halfway through the movie, I thought I was going to throw up because it was so shaky. But I thought he was enjoying it, so I stayed, and I had to close my eyes for big portions of it. And then when we were in the car, he was like, could have said something, you know? So if you ever feel like you want to leave a movie, just say something. Anyway.
Well, that's like when we were seeing Man of Steel, and I was like, dude, we have to move back. I feel like I'm going to puke. Like, yeah. No, I totally get it. I mean, I puked at the Hunger Games. And Twilight.
Oh, wow, jeez. Really?
Twilight was, I think, not... It was...
Shellfish.
You know, it was just like... I think I had, like, a bag of, like, bad cotton candy or something.
What? How does that happen? It's just sugar.
I don't know.
Maybe it was moldy.
But that's what I... Well, yeah, I mean, it could have been old,
Yeah.
but it was, like, the movie theater, like, kind... You know, like, the kind that's prepackaged?
Yep.
Yeah, so...
Huh.
Yeah.
That sucks. Okay, and then my next one is Jupiter Ascending. And I'm just going to say one reason why I dislike this movie. So there's a scene where Mila Kunis and Channing Tatum are...
Is it the dog scene?
No.
Oh, damn it.
Believe it or not. I mean, there's many scenes, but this
Okay.
is the one that tipped it over for me. So Channing Tatum gets injured in a fight, and they steal a car, and he's cut, and she says... Oh, you're lucky. This is like a woman's car. And she pulls out a female sanitary napkin.
That was in the beginning.
A pad. She takes out a pad. And for all of our male listeners, a pad is absorbent on one side and sticky on another. So it stays in place. And she sticks the sticky side on his body.
Right, she
doesn't even put the absorbent side on his body. And I'm like, Mila, if this was like Glenn Ross, and it was all men, and they just didn't know, maybe I'd forgive it. But Mila, you're a woman. You should know how a sanitary napkin works. And that was at the beginning of the movie, and it just soured the whole thing for me.
Oh my god, that is
like,
so...
She should have said something to the director. She should have said, listen, I know you don't use these, but they don't work this way.
Dude, that's so funny, because I remember watching it and being like, what the hell are you doing? Like, just...
I mean, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. And then the fifth one...
I really like that movie, by the way.
The fifth one
She's not even comment.
is kind of going to maybe surprise you, but it's The Notebook.
I hate
Oh,
the
really?
Notebook. Oh my god! Dude, I think that is... oh my god, I hate the Notebook so much. Everyone, like, loses their fucking shit over it. They're like, it's so romantic. I'm like, is it? Because the guy threatens to kill himself if she doesn't date him.
Yeah.
Like,
And
fuck you. Go kill yourself. Don't do that to a woman. That's awful.
it's really bad. And when I saw it in the theater, and these two people, they live to old age together. I mean, she gets dementia, but they're very old, so they've had a long life together. They die, spoiler alert, they die at the same time. And people in the theater around me were, like, bawling. And I thought, why is everyone sad? This is, like, they do know that human beings die, right? Like, this is probably the happiest ending of any love story.
That's true. That's the happiest one they could have achieved.
They lived to old age together, and
they
were
died
devoted.
At the same time.
And they were devoted. Like, he was devoted to her the whole time, and people were just like losing it, like crying so hard. And I thought, the lunatics are running the asylum. So that's my list.
Oh no, I totally agree about the Yeah, no, I hate The Notebook.
Yeah.
And it's such an unpopular opinion.
I know.
It's like if you tell people you don't like Doctor Who, they're like, what is wrong with you? You're like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Don't come at me like that.
I'm fine. You're the one that's messed up.
You're the one that likes the TARDIS,
Yeah.
remember?
You're TARDIS. You're a TARDIS.
You're a TARDIS, you jackass.
I love, that's something that's one of my favorite things, and I love it. Mike does it sometimes too. It's like giving someone a really, like, insulting someone really harshly for not doing anything wrong. Like, I like Doctor Who. Like, you're a jackass. But because I like Doctor Who, I love it. That's
like,
really
you're
funny.
such an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, God. Like, men like you are why America's being ruined. You just walk away. It's like,
Yeah.
because I like a British TV show. Like,
Oh, jeez.
all right. Well, we
Okay,
should probably
so
talk
the
about the
Hustle.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what did you think about it?
Well, I was surprised. You texted me some very glowing things, and it kind of tamed what I was going to say.
Well, no. Say what
No.
you're going to say. Say
I
it.
had-
No, say it.
I will say it.
Okay.
Do you want to hear it
Yeah, I
right
wanna
now,
hear
or do you
it.
want to say yours first?
Okay, I want to say mine first.
Okay.
Okay. So, as a huge fan of the Dirty Rotten Scoundrels movie, this is obviously a remake of, I thought it was very true to it.
Yeah.
I really liked that aspect. I was really nervous towards the end that the guy was not going to con them, because that's like the whole
The whole thing.
thing that
Yeah.
makes that movie so great.
Yep.
Is that you never see it coming. They did also make a reference to the woman in the original. At one point they said that her name was Janet, and the woman in the original was named Janet Colgate.
Okay.
So I was like, yes, I was really excited
That's
about that. There were a couple things that I liked that they mentioned, just with like how women are treated and stuff like that. That I was like, yes, queen, so. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super fun. It made me laugh. It was, as far as like a remake of a movie that I love, I think they did a great job. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you on some. I agree with you that I thought it stayed really true to the original, and it was funny. Like, there were parts that made me laugh, but I was really annoyed by Rebel Wilson. And I feel like there's a concept in Hollywood where the fat person can't be the classy person. Like, they're always the clown.
They're always
And
like a slob, too.
A slob, a clown.
And it's disgusting.
Yeah, and I didn't like that. But I feel like that's kind of Rebel's shtick, but I also feel like that's the only way she could make it in Hollywood, in a way, Yeah. Like, it almost has to be her shtick, and that really started grating on me. Like, I started getting annoyed by her antics. But that being said, I still thought it was funny. Like, I thought the majority of the movie was funny, and I am not really a big Anne Hathaway fan, but I liked her in this a lot. I thought she did a good job. So yeah, I wish that they would have, I don't know, I kind of wish the roles were reversed. That would have been interesting.
That would have been funny. Yes,
Yeah.
I would have liked that. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Yeah, you're right, because it's always, like, the thin, like, slender woman is really classy, and then, like, it's, it's a little Melissa McCarthy, like, yeah, it's always that dynamic where it's like, oh, you're chunky, so you can't possibly be elegant or graceful or whatever.
Serious or,
like, you always have to be, or clean, too.
Yeah.
And and as a fat person, I take offense to that, because, sure, okay, sometimes I have eating shirts, but only at home, okay?
Everybody has eating shirts.
Sometimes you just happen to make a very messy pasta, and you need to wear your eating shirt. But really, it's just like, it's 2019, man. Like, we're still doing this? Really?
Yeah, it's like, and I guess...
Well, and that's the difference, too, is that it's, like, fat men are, like, seen as, like, they're put in a different light where they're commanding, It's like, but then fat women, well, unless it's, like, a Tommy Boy type thing. But that was from the 80s, 90s.
No, Tommy Boy was from the 90s. I think...
I don't know.
I guess fat people in general are kind of portrayed that way in a comedy. Usually the fat person is kind of the clown. And I think... That's not necessarily... I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I feel like it's like it's over the top. Especially when I feel like Rebel Wilson was way over the top in a lot of parts, Like, when she's on the train car and she's like, yeah, I'll have 2 sandwiches and a salad and 2 pieces of cake and...
Well, he does do that in the original, though.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
okay.
he does.
I didn't remember that.
He orders a ton of food, a ton of sweets
okay,
and everything, yeah, so...
So I don't know, I think that Rebel Wilson just started getting on my nerves a little bit, and I sort of associated those two things. I'm like, I wish they could have made her.
Well, in the movie's defense, though, Steve Martin is kind of sloppy and slobby.
Yeah.
Though. So it's not, like, too far. Like, I get what you mean, and I totally agree with you. They could have switched roles and made her the elegant one. But, you know, it's, I don't know. I can also understand why they didn't do it, because Anne Hathaway is kind of seen as elegant, you know?
She did a good job. I mean, she did a good job.
But
I
understand what you mean.
Yeah.
It's just another movie pushing towards a stereotype that is not necessary, and it's just kind of rude. Like, yeah.
But all that aside, I did enjoy the movie, and I really like the classy, like the locations were really pretty, and I like the classiness of the places they were at, and just like, I don't know.
It was fun.
It's fun to just have a bunch of money to play with.
Yeah, you know? it was a fun movie. I thought that the guy that played the Janet Colgate, what was his character's name?
I don't remember.
Barry? No, Michael? Was it Michael?
Why can't I remember?
I can't remember either.
I literally just watched it.
I know, me too. I watched before he came over.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, let's just call him Barry. Let's just call him Barry. What's his name? Maybe we should look it up.
We can look it up.
All right, let's look it up. So, tell me about your day.
I did, I liked when Anne Hathaway was playing her at the beginning when she was in the jail cell.
Mm-hmm.
And,
that did happen in the original.
Yeah, I like that, and I liked how she came and sat down by her partner, Thomas. And they were working on the next con, and they saw Rebel Wilson already working on him. You know, I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun movie. So Thomas, I thought he looked like a little baby Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
I've seen him in things.
Have you? I've never seen him in anything.
I've seen him.
We're looking
things.
up stuff as we're. So what else? I don't know. I'm like drawing a blank now. I don't know. I thought it was fun. I liked that. I like that it stayed true to the original. That made me really happy. You know, there's a bunch of stuff that, like, I was waiting for. And I was like, if they do this, like, okay, so when... when they mentioned the Habsburg.
Yes,
I was so excited about that.
I got excited too. I thought, oh my gosh, what are the odds that Lauren would be, like, telling me about the Habsburgs?
It was so perfect. Because I'm, for all of our listeners out there who don't know, I'm, like, weirdly obsessed with King Charles II of Spain. Do yourself a favor, look this guy up. He is a mess, or was a mess of a human being. He died in 1700. But anyway, he was from the line of Habsburg, and then they mentioned when she was playing the sister, the mentally ill sister.
The mentally ill sister.
Like, it was just great. I was like, oh, I love that they did that.
Also, he was from a Netflix movie called To the Bone. Which,
with Lily Collins?
Yeah, that's where I recognize him from.
Okay.
And I think that was actually...
see that. It looked really depressing.
It was actually a pretty good movie. I think they did really well with eating disorder movie. I think they did. I don't know. I mean, I don't have firsthand knowledge of eating disorders, but it seemed pretty accurate to me.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I like Lily Collins a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a sweetie.
So the guy that she was conning, that Anne Hathaway was conning when they first introduced the crazy sister, was from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, is that,
yeah.
What's his name? Is it Michael Chiklis?
I don't think so.
No, it's...
Michael Chiklis was from The Wire?
Okay, that's...
I don't remember this guy's name in real life, but...
Mixing up my bald guys.
It was fun to see him in, he had, a real southern accent. He's like, honey, sweetie.
And then Howard Bacon.
Yeah. And then,
I was like, of course his last name is Bacon. Like, that just seems so appropriate.
Yeah, because he's a Texan. Yeah, who's going to run for Senate.
Yeah.
And I like it.
And he's like, and you just stand up there and you don't talk. And she's like, oh my God.
And I like how she's, leading him through this, gate.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, you've had your tetanus shot, right? And she leads him down this hallway, and then I just really like the reveal of the crazy sister.
Yeah.
She's like, no, sister. And then you see her, and she's got, like, the wig, and she's, like, dressed medieval, and she
and her
goes...
teeth are, like,
yeah, and then she's
gross.
like, we're going to get married, and Rebel Wilson just, like, screams. I really like that. I really like the noise she made. And I think...
she's, like, dropping things
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah,
It was funny.
It was great, yeah.
So once the con started, like, once Rebel Wilson was supposed to be the silly person in the con, I didn't mind her antics at all. It was just, like, the character antics every once in a while got on my nerves.
Right.
But I really liked the blind act.
Yeah, that, and I was, like, really grossed out by that fry thing, by the way.
That was gross, like...
that was horrible, and I feel like I really wish that they, like, why can't you do something like put shampoo on it?
Yeah, because...
like, why do you have to cause
you
someone
could potentially die.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Like, why do you want to potentially give someone sepsis?
Yeah.
Come on.
And I was thinking, so basically, Rebel Wilson is pretending to be blind,
Mm-hmm.
because they're trying to con this guy, and whoever wins has to leave town.
Mm-hmm.
So Rebel Wilson is pretending to be blind, and then Anne Hathaway is pretending to be a specialist because the blindness is
And it's
what's the
psychological.
word? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hysterical blindness.
Yeah.
So Anne Hathaway is playing, and I really liked Anne Hathaway's German accent also. I thought it was really good. So Anne Hathaway is pretending to be this German specialist doctor who can heal her.
Mm-hmm.
So Anne Hathaway is doing all these ridiculous things because she knows Rebel Wilson can see her. So she's like, you have to eat a snack. And she rubs this french fry around the toilet bowl and dips it in the water. And I thought, Rebel Wilson could just, like, pretend like, it's back, your method worked. But instead she's stuck with it.
Yeah, that
and
was
ate the fries.
disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe she did that. It was like, ugh, God.
But
it just bummed me out so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no, she, but the part where she was blowing in her eyes and tears streaming down her face, I was losing my mind.
Goes, I just smell salmon.
Oh my God, there was one part, there was one scene where, like, I absolutely lost my mind over it. Like, I thought it was, and I cannot remember what it is now, but as we talk about it, maybe I'll remember.
Okay.
But, yeah, I was like, laying back on my couch, like, just laugh, like, I was laughing. I was like, anyway, but we could keep.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed, I did like that the guy and Rebel Wilson ended up together. I like that. I know that happened in the original, right?
No.
She didn't end up with either one of them in the original, did she? Okay.
I didn't really like that. I thought that was kind of like, ugh.
I thought it was nice just because the fat girl very rarely gets the guy.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I thought that was a nice touch. Like, if they were going to make her sort of obnoxious, I thought it was nice that she at least, like...
Ended up with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I liked Anne Hathaway's tactics. I don't know, I'm not an Anne Hathaway fan, so it surprised me, but I just thought this performance was really good.
She's funny.
I think she has a really good, I think she has good comedic timing, and I think
she was great in Ocean's 8.
Oh,
yeah, she was really funny in that one.
Yeah.
I liked that one a lot. I thought that was cute.
I did too.
A cute movie. I thought that was a good movie.
A good movie.
Yeah. I liked that it was, like, a reference to Ocean's 11, but it wasn't a remake of it, you know?
Yes,
yeah.
I agree.
Like, I love Ocean's 11, you know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it was, too, because it was his sister.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was cool.
It was good.
But, man, I love con movies, I'm not going to lie.
Me too. They're really fun.
Like,
they're
heist
really,
and con
really
movies
fun.
are super fun, yeah. Especially when they're comedies. Like, they're the best, yeah. It's just... to see the kind of stuff that these people, like, pull and get away with or whatever, you're like, I want to do that.
I know. I want to go to, like, the French Riviera and have millions of dollars to spend and just, like, con people out of millions
Be like,
more.
oh, darling, please.
Oh, there was something that I thought was funny that I normally wouldn't think is funny. And it's when she's in the airplane and she's in the bathroom with the German guy. And she like, prepositions him for sex, but he won't do it. But she basically, I don't remember what she says, but then the simulation of the sex is just the lock and unlock thing on the door. Like,
That was
occupied and
clever.
unoccupied, just going back and forth. And then the pilot saying, we're experiencing a bit of turbulence. I don't know. Like, normally that sort of cheap joke I don't think I'd like, but I liked the visual of the lock,
Me
unlock,
too.
going back and forth.
Me too.
I
That
don't know,
was funny.
something that made me
It was
laugh.
well, it was clever too.
Yeah, because,
it was
they
like,
can't show it.
right,
Yeah.
and like bathroom sex is always so trope, or airplane
like
bathroom
Mile High
sex is super
bathroom sex.
tropey. Yeah, but that one was clever. That was funny.
And I also liked, so there were some of her antics that I liked, like when she walked into the train and she was like trying to get through the door, but she had like big bags on and she's like, excuse me, that made me laugh.
Yeah. I like that she conned herself into a larger room or whatever. She's like, epilepsy is a terrible mistress or whatever she says or whatever. Yeah.
I wish I could do an Australian accent because
epilepsy is a terrible mistress.
Yeah, there it
There we go.
There she is.
See, I could be a con person. I could just do my Australian accent all
Yeah.
the time.
You're good at it. I like
thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. What else am I don't know what else to talk about.
I think you liked
this
it.
movie. I liked it a lot. Yeah,
I liked
really
it
don't
too. I
have a lot
didn't
of
have,
stuff
like,
to complain about.
The only big problem I had was just the overall Hollywood concept of using overweight women. Maybe I should have said overweight this whole time. Like, using overweight women in a fashion that is becoming kind of tired. But the movie itself was, it was fun. It was, oh, there's something that I noticed in this movie that I want to bring up that I don't really like in movies in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's tired. I think it's old-fashioned in a way that I don't like, and it's opening credit sequences that are just filler. Like, this one had, like, cartoons.
Yeah, it was very Pink Panther-y.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me
and
of.
I don't like that.
I don't really either.
I really like the Mission Impossible movies, but they do the same thing, where they just play scenes from the movie you're about to watch. Yeah. I don't like it. I'd rather just have the movie start and have the people's names on the screen while the movie's going.
Me too.
So
I don't know. It's like it's like 5 minutes of just like, okay.
Yeah, it seems like just filler.
Like they hired someone to do this.
Yeah.
You're like, great. No, I agree with you. It's I don't know. But I think the only part that I was kind of disappointed by is when Rebel Wilson had to go to the bathroom, because in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, he's just like, can I go to the bathroom? And they're like, sure, you can go. And he just sits there and he goes,
that's really good.
Okay, went.
That's a really good, like, facial acting from Steve Martin.
Yeah. Instead of her being like, oh, I wore my chastity belt or whatever, and Anne Hathaway's like, I can't believe you wore your virtue belt in the.
What did I tell you about wearing your chastity
in the
belt?
swimming pool? Yeah. And like, it was just like, yeah, you're right. It was like good facial acting, and that was what was so funny about it. And I feel like sometimes there is a certain point where subtlety is lost.
Yes.
Like with that part.
Yep.
Like they could have. Yeah. Like it's like, I don't know. Subtlety is.
It's funnier than it's. I think if you can do good subtlety, then that you get more. You get a better comedic moment than in your face. Like, that's another thing. Actually, I don't know how to put this into words because it's not. I'm not in a prudish aspect. I don't mean it. I just feel like Rebel Wilson also, her comedy is like overly sexualized.
Yes, it is.
I think you hit the nail on the head with your subtlety comment, because she is not subtle at all.
No.
And it gets so tiring.
Yeah, you're right. It does get kind of exhausting. It's like, like she's funny, but I don't know. I think a lot of, let me just say something. I think subtlety has to do with a lot of different genres, like how we were talking about like Insidious and everything, like all the ghosts look like people in white makeup. It's like, one of my biggest pet peeves in horror movies is when they show the ghost.
No, I agree.
Because I don't think it's scary at that point.
Yep, or UFO movies, like it's freaky until you see, well,
Except for signs.
Because I was like,
well,
they show them fleetingly.
Yeah, that's right.
So
they
different.
never show them like head on.
Any movie, like
it's always yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm excited.
Go on.
No, any monster movie basically where they show the monster and you get a good view of him or her is
right. Well, like
yeah,
Godzilla, like something like Godzilla is different, but like when it's it's like with the ghost movies, if it's not done in a way that's subtle or fleeting or like scares you,
yep.
because you're like. What, did you, like, go to Halloween USA and pick
yeah.
up a makeup kit? Like, geez. I mean,
yep.
don't go too out of your way for the ghost film. Like, don't be too scary. Like, it's just, like, whatever. And then, and I'm just gonna go back to this, but Insidious, they had this one, like, demon creature that was definitely Darth Maul.
Nice.
I'll show you a picture later.
Oh, jeez.
And it's just, and there were a lot of people that were commenting online about that. They're like, what the hell, Darth Maul's in this movie? So,
yeah.
That was dumb. Anyway, but, yeah, I was kind of just disappointed about how they did that, because I really liked how they did it in the original.
I really like that part, too. That part is really good. And I don't know if I've said this yet, but I'm not a mega Steve Martin fan.
I know you're not.
I think
I am.
I think he's fine, but I think there are people who think he's the funniest, and I don't feel that way. I'm just not on the boat, But I think I really like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. I think he does a really good job in it, and I really like the cork on the fork bit. He's like, why is there a cork on his fork? And he does this like floppy thing where he like pokes himself with the fork.
Yeah.
And I really like that physical comedy.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, that's why the cork is on the fork. But it's subtle again.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and that's exactly what it's not with, like the whole virtue belt thing. It's like, that wasn't even funny, really.
No,
it was
wasn't.
just kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I just, I know you don't like Steve Martin. Did you ever see LA Story?
Well, technically, when we were hanging out once, we had it on in the background, but we didn't really watch it. Yeah.
Because I think you'd like that one. Yeah, it's cute. It's like a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
maybe. There's
a lot of little things, like little subtle things in the background that they do that are like, oh, that's clever, I like that. You know what I mean? So it's not, and I don't think he's terribly annoying in it, or he's like supposed to be terribly funny. Like, he's funny, but it's not obnoxious. Yeah. So
maybe I'll see it sometime.
I own it, so if you ever want to watch it.
Okay. Yeah. And I like Michael Caine too.
Yeah.
So I think the two of them together.
Michael Caine's awesome.
Yeah. So I think they did a good job recasting it. I just wish that maybe Rebel Wilson is just like that, turned on all the time, like turned up, I guess I should say.
Right.
But I wish they would have toned her down. Maybe.
I agree. Well, that's part of acting.
Yeah,
that
is
like
part of acting.
that's like, you're supposed to be someone that's not you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just overall that bugged me, but I didn't think it was a bad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was fun.
Yeah.
I definitely liked it. I'm glad I watched it. It made me happy. It made me happy that it followed along. What? Go on.
I just remembered something, but keep going. And
That's it. That was all it.
Oh, I was just thinking, Mike and I went and saw a movie when The Hustle was in trailers, and the trailer where she's like playing blind and she's feeling Anne Hathaway's chest and she's like, "Excuse me, sir, sir," and we both laughed out loud. And I feel like that's rare, like laughing out loud at a trailer.
Yeah, I do too.
So that scene was
I wish I could
really
remember
clever.
The scene that made me
very clever, I thought. Like that's subtle. That's subtlety. And that was really well done.
I wish I could remember the scene that made me laugh out loud. Oh my God, what was it? I was going to text it to you too, but I was like, no, I'm going to wait till the podcast, and now I can't remember, and I wish I had texted it to you.
Oh, no.
It was damn it. I can't remember. I don't know. I was hoping something would trigger my memory, but
I'm sorry.
alas, nothing is.
We can watch it real quick again if you want.
It's okay. So, I think 20 minutes of that was us talking about...
our least favorite movies. Yeah.
Well, it's hard to like trash a movie when you like it, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's like unless it's like we're talking about a movie that we really absolutely love, like Elizabethtown. It's different because I could talk about that movie for forever. You know,
there's a lot of good stuff in it.
I think we should.
Plus, I have it like memorized. Yeah, we could do that next episode.
Yeah.
Elizabethtown.
How y'all feel about that one?
All 4 of you. I'm just kidding.
All 4 of you. Well, it's just on SoundCloud. We could have more on Spotify.
We could have people listening all over the world.
We could. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true. We just don't know.
Because
I don't know how to look up on Spotify. I mean, I could Google it, and I have, but I just never followed through with it.
That's okay. It's no big deal.
That's exactly what I'm like, whatever. Like, I was posting every day on Instagram, like, a horror movie icon, and then I kind of just stopped. Did you ever see Hellraiser?
I never saw Hellraiser.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought it was... No, I just wonder, because... I called it erotic horror, and then people made fun of me when I called it erotic horror. And I was wondering what you thought of it.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny. It's not funny. It's weird.
Have you ever seen the movie, I think it's called Eraserhead?
Mm-mm.
Mike talks about that sometimes, and I've seen, like, still shots.
Is it horror?
I think so. I don't know. It looks super bizarre. Like, uncomfortable. I think that's what it's called.
We'll look it up.
There's like a weird alien baby.
No, I think I know exactly. I know you're talking about.
It's like an alien baby in it, and...
Did you ever see Species?
I've seen, like, clips of Species. Doesn't she have to, like... I feel like it's like a fantasy movie. She's like, this hot alien has to have sex with men.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, but there's, like, one scene where she's like, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But... Oh, it's David Lynch. That's why it's so weird. Yeah. Have you ever seen Twin Peaks?
No.
Okay, that's a good show. I like it.
Yeah?
But there are a bunch of, like, nightmare scenes where they're, like, in this red room and people are talking to the main character, who's played by... Oh, God, he's a white guy. He was in Sex and the City. I know people know exactly who I'm talking about because Twin Peaks is huge, but I can't remember the guy's name. Anyway... Whatever.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know.
He's got brown hair.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Good looking dude. He's like, okay looking. I mean, he's not.
Is it? Yeah.
What's his name? Can't remember. Anyway, whatever.
I almost said Kyle, but that's not it.
No, is that?
Kyle?
That does seem right.
Something.
Was his name Kyle in Sex and the City? Anyway,
you keep talking, I'll look it up.
So, shit, what was I talking about? I just like totally zoned out.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Yes, Kyle MacLachlan, you were right.
Yeah.
But there's these scenes in this like red room where people are talking to him, but they're like talking backwards. Oh. And it's like really unsettling, but you can't really quite figure out why it is unsettling, but it just makes you feel like really uncomfortable. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a good show though.
Yeah, I'll check it out sometime. Maybe I'll check it out.
I like it. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Except for the new season.
Did you ever see The Shining?
Mm-hmm. I like The Shining.
I like The Shining as well.
Yeah.
Since it's almost Halloween, we can...
I mean... Yeah. Would you want to talk about our favorite horror movies or something? I feel
Let's talk about... I mean, we don't have to say, like, horror. We can say, like, our favorite scary
thriller?
movies.
Okay,
sure.
like
just, like,
thriller?
Movie. How about our favorite movie that kind of freak us out or scare us?
Perfect. That's perfect. Okay. But you can't hate it. You have to say your favorite. It's not like Annihilation. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, I'll say ones that I like. I mean, I don't think mine will be that good because I don't watch many scary movies.
That's true.
But,
okay. Yeah. What ones?
Well, Signs, for sure. Mm-hmm. I really like Signs, and it still freaks me out. And I actually, I'm not an M. Night Shyamalan freak, but The Village, I think, is also...
I like that one, too.
The first time I saw it, I liked it, but the more I see it, I like it more and more. Mm-hmm. And I think it's pretty well done. Really good.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Well, and it's more like a romance than like a horror movie.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's got like...
But it has, some parts where you're
like imagery. Yeah.
Yeah, the like weird like bone creatures or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are creepy.
Those we don't speak of.
Yeah.
And I think they're based on Skeksis, actually.
What's that? Is that like
from The Dark Crystal?
Oh.
Like Skeksis?
I didn't watch any of The Dark Crystal.
The movie? You never saw the movie?
No, the show.
Oh, did you ever see the movie?
Yes.
I
think I have it.
Well, the Skeksis are in the movie, but the show... I saw once. Me too, recently though. But the show is awesome. Like, you don't have to see the movie to enjoy the show, I don't think.
I'll probably
Because
watch
I
it.
only saw the movie once in my adult life and I liked it, but there was a lot that I don't remember everything about it.
Mm.
So, and then I watched the show, and the show is just so good.
Is it?
So I recommend it to anyone. It's beautiful, it's well made, and it does stay true to the movie. I think fans who know the movie really well would agree. I mean, like...
And it's puppets, which I like.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so good.
Because I was worried that they're going to do CGI, and I was like, no, you can't do CGI with Jim
no,
Henson. You can't.
really good.
You break my heart.
No, it's beautiful. It's a really, really cool movie.
Yeah, I found out the other day that the T-Rex, the entire T-Rex from Jurassic Park is not animatronic. I guess it was just the head or something.
Oh,
I
really?
know, and I'm super disappointed
yeah.
because it means that there's not a giant T-Rex chilling in a warehouse somewhere in Hollywood, and I can't go see it ever.
Yeah, that sucks. I agree.
Know, it sucks.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Excuse me? No, that is not correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's. I guess they had to cut corners somewhere.
I mean, he also moved though.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah.
So you can't really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But.
Oh well.
It still looks good for and
that
I think
movie freaked me out when I was a kid. I had a lot of nightmares about T-Rexes. Yeah, I still have nightmares about T-Rexes. Actually,
really?
Yeah, I had one this crazy one the other day where I was working in a girls' school and there was a T-Rex that was trying to break into the building.
Jeez.
And we had to run through these hallways and. It was really weird. Yeah, it was super fucking weird.
That is really weird.
And it was even larger than a regular T-Rex. And so it was kaiju level.
Oh wow.
Maybe a little smaller. Maybe a little smaller.
Yeah.
Maybe twice the size of T-Rex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway.
I really like Zombieland, which I don't know if it totally classifies, but it is a zombie movie. I really like it. I think it's clever. It surprised me. I'm not generally a zombie person, but I thought it was fun.
I didn't like that movie.
No?
No, and I think I didn't like it because I felt like the end came very quickly, and I understood that they were going to make a sequel, but I was I wasn't into it. It didn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
It's not for everyone. I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can't really think of other scary movies that I've liked a lot.
Well, I just saw Midsommar.
Oh my gosh. That movie sounds terrifying.
I'm not going to tell you.
You can talk about it if you want.
She was like, don't talk about it, but I'm like, I have to talk about it. I'm not going to tell you any gross details or anything, but it just it definitely crawls under your skin. It makes you just feel uncomfortable. It's not scary, but it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's I guess that the way that it was portrayed, the trailer made it seem like it was about this girl who was crashing her boyfriend's, she's going on vacation to Sweden, and she was crashing it, made her seem kind of bitchy and needy and stuff like that. But that wasn't what it was about at all.
Oh.
And it was totally from the beginning, this horrible, tragic film. From the beginning, you're just wow, this movie's super intense.
Yikes.
And then it gets way worse. Yeah. I liked it, but if for all our listeners out there, if you don't like gore, or body horror, you are not gonna like this movie. I can tell you that because there is some, very close shots of gore, and I was okay, all right, nope, So,
well, I was telling you when you first arrived, I was saying that I was reading this website that Mike showed me where they tell what's in a movie for people who have kids. Mm-hmm. They're this is what's in the movie, and it's pretty graphic. I think they give the information in detail, and I only read 3 sentences of the synopsis of the movie on that website, and I couldn't handle it, so I stopped reading. So I believe that the movie is probably intense.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah. And the guy that did Hereditary with
that
Toni
looked
Collette.
scary too.
I want to see that one.
Did you ever see there was a movie that came out 2 years ago, and it was it starred Mia Wasikowska and Loki from Tom Hiddleston.
Oh,
and
was it a Guillermo del Toro movie?
Yeah, with Jessica Chastain.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Did you ever see it?
No.
About the house?
I
I,
know
thought that
exactly what
trailer
you're talking
looked terrifying, but
I
that
wanted
movie
to
sort of
see it.
disappeared. I never heard.
I heard it wasn't that good.
Oh, okay.
It's like
that
kind of
makes
like,
sense.
but I find that a lot with Guillermo del Toro. For me, it's either hit or it's like a total mess.
I really like Pan's Labyrinth, and I really like The
love-
Orphanage. If we're
yes,
talking about, you
yes.
showed me The Orphanage.
Oh, The Orphanage is so good and
Pan's
spooky.
Labyrinth is awesome too.
Yes, I
So,
love Pan's
Those
Labyrinth.
are two like scary movies.
His Spanish stuff is amazing.
Oh yeah,
like,
they're both Spanish.
Yeah, and he did something called The Devil's Backbone, and that was like a ghost story.
Okay.
Oh god, what's his name? I can't think of the actor's name. He's a Hispanic actor, but he was. Never mind, I can't remember his name.
Oh, is
anyway.
it like Diego Luna or
no? I've seen him in like one other thing, and that was called Open Your Eyes. It was with Penelope Cruz. It was like what Vanilla Sky was the remake of.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyway, he was in that, and he was just kind of this huge jerk. But it was a very intense movie. It was very sad.
Okay.
It was spooky, but it wasn't like really scary. You might it was not as scary as The Orphanage. Orphanage was a lot scarier, so you might like it.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I don't know. I own it. So if you
Okay.
want to watch
Yeah.
it, Devil's Backbone.
I'll give it a shot.
But I find I like Pacific Rim. I know a lot of people had problems with that.
Oh, me too. I like that
But it
too.
was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh-huh.
yeah, sure, like they could have killed the kaiju like with this sword from the beginning, but whatever. Okay, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
It's still fun.
No, I agree. I
yeah,
thought,
it was a fun
really
movie.
Good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you didn't like The Shape of Water, but I like The Shape of Water.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That
Yeah, you
surprises
knew that.
me. No, I think I
thought
did.
you knew that.
I
yeah.
don't know. Maybe because I don't like it, I just assume.
I liked it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't like
Wait,
it.
I'm sorry. I started thinking Lady in the Water.
Okay, I did like
Something's
Lady
wrong
in
with
the
me.
Water.
Okay, yes.
I did like Lady in the Water.
Oh, well, okay. But
Wait, can
The
I
Shape
explain
of
why
Water.
though?
If you think you can convince me.
Okay, no, I don't think I can. I'm just gonna say that I don't think I can convince you. However, the reason I liked Lady in the Water is because it felt like a modern day fairy tale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
That's
I'll
why
give
I
you
liked
that.
it. Yeah,
It was a modern day fairy tale.
yeah.
And
I
The
love
Shape
Paul
of
Giamatti,
Water.
too.
Yeah, I like him too. Oh, so we go to the Founders movies, and this past week it was The Truman Show, which is I love The Truman Show.
Yeah, that's a great
And
movie.
Paul Giamatti was in it, and there was like a group of men behind us. I don't know, maybe they were in their 20s. And when Paul came on screen, he was like, one of them was like, "Paul, my boy." I was like, Paul Giamatti has like a fan section behind us. I don't. Anyway, I love that
That's so
Sideways
funny.
movie. He didn't say that.
Paul, my boy.
Yeah. The Shape of Water. I can see why people like The Shape of Water. I
Mhm.
just didn't really like it. So I don't.
liked
I don't
it,
think. I mean, like, I don't think you're totally off base for liking it. I think not Michael Sheen.
Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon plays an excellent villain.
We've been
whatever
talking
he
a
does.
lot about Michael Sheen lately.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that
Yes.
I've been talking a lot about Michael Sheen lately?
Yeah,
Why have I been talking about Michael Sheen so
he's
much
just
lately?
one in many lists of men that you bring up for a while and then throw down like so much garbage.
Whatever.
I mean, he doesn't have the staying power of Kangaroo Jack, but our listener probably doesn't get that reference.
No,
That's okay.
that's fine. Don't tell them.
Yeah.
You don't need to know. No. But oh, Michael Shannon is in Kangaroo Jack.
Is he really?
Wasn't I telling you
Oh
about
my
that? He was like
gosh.
the villain.
I think you did tell me that. Oh my gosh. Did you ever, this is way off in no man's land, but like years ago, maybe 10 years ago, some sorority, they sent a letter to the pledges. A real sorority sent a letter to their pledges, like scolding them for not partying enough with the fraternities. And so College
What?
Humor had Michael Shannon read the letter because he's so intense and it's like, guys don't want to party with boring sororities, do they? Do they? I recommend looking it up because it's really funny.
It sounds
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah, I would totally read that. Or I would totally listen to that.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he's funny.
Yeah, me too.
He's not
Yeah.
funny. I think he's very good.
Yeah, he's
very
intense.
good.
Did you ever see Revolutionary Road?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Is that one with Kate Winslet? And
Yeah.
I was thinking of Road to Perdition,
Oh,
which
with
was also a
Tom
fantastic
Hanks.
movie. Oh my
Yeah.
god. And
I was telling, I'm jumping around like a squirrel, but
It's fine. I think we're just having.
yeah, we're just having fun.
I think we're just having a fun episode.
Yeah.
Like we kind of talked about what we
because
watched.
the movie
but
was fun.
it was
and,
fun. you
Yeah,
know?
but
We're just enjoying
Isn't Tom Hanks a treasure? Like,
he is a treasure.
I feel sorry for people who have to watch movies like 70 years from now with no Tom Hanks.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude, when I found out that he was playing Mr. Rogers, I was like,
I know.
this is the best possible thing that could have happened.
I
I was
know.
getting, like, really emotional over it. I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good question. Who's 3 people famous? Not people in your family.
Okay.
Just famous people who, if you could have dinner with them, 3 of them, who would you pick?
Can they be dead?
Yeah, living or dead. Just
Okay.
nobody in your family, you know.
Right,
just,
yeah, no, I totally famous people. Are we talking about, like, celebrities, or are we talking about
Anybody
anyone?
that just, like, people would know. Like, you can't say, like, oh, my old mailman Bill,
Okay,
you know.
yeah, okay.
But, like, just anybody. So it
Well,
could
I'm
be, like,
thinking, like,
religious, artist,
Okay,
music,
okay.
movie, anybody that, like, you know.
Okay. Salvador Dali.
Oh, okay.
I almost said George Hodel, but that's not true.
Yeah, that'd be a scary dinner.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to. Freddie Mercury.
Oh, good
Mhm.
choice.
And who was the first one I said again?
Salvador Dali.
Yeah, and Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, nice. I like
think that'd
it.
be a really fun party.
Yeah,
It'd be
I
like,
think so too.
they're all men with dark hair. I just realized
Yeah,
that.
you have a type.
I do. I kind of have a type. Yeah, you're right. I kind of have a type. Yeah.
Everybody has a
Yeah,
type.
you know, I mean, it all, you know, I don't know. It's like, what is a celebrity that you think younger was really good looking? They have to be alive now, though.
Younger was really good looking.
Yeah.
And older, maybe not as much. I think Robert De Niro was really good looking.
Really?
Like in Taxi Driver, yeah,
Oh.
he was really good looking. Also, Christopher Walken was surprisingly good looking as
He
a
was
young
kinda-
man as
yeah,
well.
He was kind of cute, yeah.
Yeah, who are you thinking?
I was thinking of, Christopher Plummer,
Oh, okay,
Um,
yeah.
but also, who was I just thinking of? Oh my god, my mind is, like, gone today. I was literally just thinking about this person, and now I'm, like, totally drawing a huge blank.
Alec Baldwin.
Oh, I love him. But no, because I like him now too.
Yeah.
So like, oh my god, what the hell is wrong with me? I was just thinking of this person. We were just talking about a movie, and I was just thinking of the person.
He was in the
I
movie.
think so, maybe, or is I associating with him?
I don't know.
Oh my god, Gabriel Byrne.
Oh,
I
okay.
love a young Gabriel Byrne.
Yeah.
That's totally why I watched that movie Cool World. Did I tell you about that?
Oh my gosh, that one with Brad Pitt with the cartoon.
And like all these cartoon women are obsessed with
Yikes.
having sex with the human males. It was
Sounds
the
so
weirdest movie. It was like
Sounds so weird.
it was from like 92, and I turned it on because Gabriel Byrne was in it, and I was like, oh, girl, young Gabriel Byrne.
Did you see Little Women?
Yes, I
He's-
loved him in that.
he's-
He's
yeah.
a German professor.
Yeah, Professor Bear.
That's why I first saw him in, and that's why I first knew that I loved him.
Was he in the piano?
I don't know. I never saw that one.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
remember who the love interest was in the piano.
The piano
Yeah.
with. Wait, I don't know what that movie is. What is that movie?
Anna Paquin was a little girl in it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I don't remember.
No,
who
I
the-
never saw that one.
Anyway. Did you have other scary movies? I feel like we kind of
Oh
like
yeah, we
jumped
totally
out.
went on that.
Yeah.
I really like The Descent. That one freaked
Oh,
me the
yeah.
fuck out.
That
when I
one
first
made
saw
you
it.
laughed at me because I yelled out loud. We watched it together.
Oh my god, yeah, that was hilarious.
It
Were we
scared
watching it
me.
with Chris or whatever?
Yes, it really scared me. And you
Well, no,
made
it's
fun
not.
of me.
It's not because you laughed. No, it's not because you were scared. It was. I can't breathe. It was so funny. It was the scream you made that was so funny. Like I was crying. It was like you were. It wasn't even
It was scary.
It was like.
I was so taken. I've never yelled from a movie before, and I was so caught off guard because it was so scary.
You were like, it wasn't even like a ah. It was like a bark. You were like ah.
I know you got such a kick out of it.
So funny.
You lost it.
And you were like, why are you making fun of me? And I'm like, I'm so sorry. It was so funny.
I think I went like, I think the noise I made was like, ah!
It's like this weird, like,
creature. movie it's okay. All of our listeners should watch The Descent if you haven't watched it, because that's a really good but really
it's very
scary movie.
creepy, yeah. What really gets me is the part where they're going through that super tiny tunnel.
Yes.
I hate anything that's like claustrophobic like that. And then when that girl's leg breaks, you're like, shit, this girl's done.
Yeah.
Like, you're in a cave, like, hundreds of feet below the surface.
Boy.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
See,
it's
kids,
terrifying.
don't go outside, okay?
Yeah, don't. Just stay in.
Oh, and I learned this super horrifying fact today that I'm going to share with you. So, crevices in ice tend to be V-shaped, so if someone falls down, they don't die right away. Their body heat melts the ice around them, and then basically the ice refreezes and compresses them till they can't breathe, and that's how they die.
Oh, no.
I was like, I'm not okay.
That sounds terrible.
I know. I was like,
and
I'm
on
not
that
okay.
note, no, I'm just kidding.
And then on
that sounds
note,
so scary.
it was, yeah. Oh, God, I can't even imagine. Like, you know those movies where you watch, like the people, like, crossing the mountains and there's one person, like, falls down, something like that, and you're like, that person is dead.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to get rescued.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's so stressful. I can't deal with it.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Mountain climbing.
Oh, what other movies? I talked about Skeleton Key.
Oh, yeah, that's a good scary movie. That one's freaky.
Trying to think of one that really stuck with me for a long time. You know, when I first saw The Ring, that freaked me out for a long time.
Oh, me too. The Ring is beautiful as well as horrifying.
It is,
like,
yeah.
The cinematography of that movie is outstanding.
Dude, it is. Like,
and
especially for a horror movie.
I have the urge to watch that movie all the time, but it's
Do
so
you really?
Scary. I never watch it. Because it's really good. Really, really good.
I'll watch it with you again if you want to.
I'm interested because it's so pretty, but
I think I saw it recently and I was like, this isn't scary.
Oh, see, when they open the closet, the first girl that dies, and they open the closet, her face is so terrifying.
Dude. Yeah. I tried to watch the second one. I tried to watch the second one. I didn't finish it. It was like just really bad or I was not interested. And then I started watching the third one, which is called Rings.
Oh, yeah.
Which was like really stupid. Yeah. It was like the girl, like the dead girl, Samara, was like trying to like pass on her memories or this like curse or something to this other girl. And it was just like, what?
Yeah.
That's not even following the lore at all. Excuse me.
Like, see, I don't like when a movie makes so much. It makes just enough money, so the filmmakers are like, yeah, let's just make up something else so we can make more money off of it. Like, it doesn't fit with, like, you've already established this really good story. Don't ruin it. Just let it go.
Well, like, and you have the lore with it too.
Yeah, if you actually have more to it, like if you plan to do a sequel, but I just
no, the lore. Like the lore of it.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you okay, yeah. I thought that you thought that I said more.
No, okay. I just think like it's just like let's add on.
Yeah.
We just add on to it to make more money.
And it's almost like they made the third one for like the next generation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. The original one is pretty spooky.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap. It's really well made.
Yeah. That was a creepy one.
Yeah.
That stayed with me for a long time.
But you know what I was thinking? Like, I haven't seen any of the sequels, so maybe you can tell me if this happens. Like, if you had to make a copy of the video, you just hide it somewhere where nobody could ever find it. And it might be a fun movie to make, like, 50 years in the future. Someone's cleaning out your house, they find a videotape, and they just watch it. Oh. You know, that's kind of a fun sequel, but I doubt they did that.
You have to make a copy, and you have to have someone else watch it.
Oh, I didn't know you had to have someone else watch it.
I thought you just has to make a copy of it.
Because she was, like, helping her son make a copy of it.
Yeah. Yeah, because he watched it. So then, maybe you don't.
I don't think you have to make somebody watch it. I think you just have to make a copy.
Because they kind of had that you did, but then there was also, like, parts where, like, what you said, they didn't,
Because
that's so basically, the only way to stop this from going is having someone die and then destroying it. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because if someone dies, then they don't have to pass it on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's creepy.
Like, if you watch the movie...
We're, like, figuring out...
Yeah, we're trying to figure out loopholes to the ring. Anyway. Yeah, no, that's a good choice.
Yeah. What else? Well, obviously, Pan's Labyrinth is amazing.
Yes.
I wouldn't say that's really scary though. That's just maybe.
Yeah, but it has like
cry.
scary aspects of it. Like I think it's pretty scary when she's at the feast with the guy with the hands, eyes. I think it's like a horror, like a fantasy horror movie or something. Yeah.
Was it the skinny pale man or
Yeah.
or whatever? Yeah. You're right. That part's creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
She can't eat anything, and
she eats that grape.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Ugh, that movie made me cry.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's sad.
I was living in my old house and I saw it, and I remember this because I was watching it, and I saw the end, and I started burst into tears, and I was like, she gets killed in the end, and my mom was like, I know, honey, I know. And I was like, this is so upset. She's like, I know, sweetie, I know, it's really sad. I think she gave me a hug, but I was like, just sobbing my eyes out over this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. It was such a good movie.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she saves her brother.
She does, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, and the best scene ever when when the captain hands Mercedes, I don't know if you remember their names, but I kind of do, hands Mercedes the watch, and he says, like, tell my son this is the time that I died. She goes, he won't even know your name.
Yes.
Gives me goosebumps
So
every
good.
time.
Like what a perfect, yeah.
Oh God, I just got goosebumps all over. It's such a good line. Like, he won't even know your name. I was
Love
like,
it.
yes! And then they kill him. I was like,
it's really good. Really good.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
Yeah.
So, watch Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid of subtitles. They are not there to hurt you.
Listen, the trick with subtitles is just keep watching and eventually you'll forget your reading. But
Yeah,
I think
that's
people
true.
get hung up on like the first 3 minutes and they're like, I can't do this. Like, just let it happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. You know, and I think once you get into it anyway, you get so used to the sound of them speaking Spanish that you're kind of just like,
Yep.
It's just a second,
Mm-hmm.
like, you're like, oh, yeah, okay, this is
Mhm.
fine. I mean, yeah, plus, and, you know, I'm not, like, the greatest at it. Sometimes I will be like, oh, I really want to see this movie, but I'm like, oh, I really don't feel like reading subtitles right now.
Yeah, you have to be
Yeah.
willing to give it your full attention. So yeah, you have to be in the right kind of mood.
Because usually I like to do other stuff. You know,
Mhm.
like I was painting while I
Yeah.
was watching this movie today. So, but I did get some stuff done. So
Yeah.
of
that's
certain
cool.
painting. That's for my mom.
Oh.
Who's probably not going to listen to this because she told me to stop listening.
Oh, jeez. I like your mom. She's fun.
Yeah, she told me she was all guilty feeling about it. She's like, I stopped listening. I'm like, it's fine. You're fine. Like, anyway, are we done?
I think so.
We talked mostly about not.
Yeah,
the
about
movie.
not the hustle. Yeah. Yeah.
What if this is like our best episode
Yeah,
yet?
this is going to get like 6,000 listens.
All right.
Well, thanks for tuning in.
Follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and like us on iTunes. It helps us out. Tell your friends about us. All that fun stuff. You know, we don't got to tell you twice because you love us. Bye.
Bye.